Hi YouTube, it is me, Raina. Hi, I am back. I wanted to break down the behind the scenes of the 100 and basically the fandom and what's been going on there lately of this big bombshell that was dropped. So, trigger warning, I'm going to talk about abuse, harassment, and manipulation, gaslighting, just in case, just to give you fair warning before I start my opinions on everything that went down this past week. So if you didn't know, Erin Zek, who is a voice actress on the very popular Rooster Teeth series on YouTube called RWBY, dropped a statement of her alleging abuse from Bob Morley, who is the lead actor on The 100, also from Eliza, who is the lead actress on that show, who plays Clark on The 100. Now, I'm using the word allegedly just to cover this legally. I fully support her and what she's doing, but I'm saying allegedly just to, make sure this video stays up. So, she's alleging that. I will put her statement in her words in the description, so you can read it word for word. I don't want to misquote her or anything. Like I said, I fully support her and what she does. And what has happened after this has been quite the eye-opener. So far, as I've seen when it comes to people who worked on the show in front and behind the camera has come out and supported her. People who used to work on the show in the past and people who work on the show now. The biggest supporters, the biggest names that I've seen personally have been Ricky Whittle. He used to play Lincoln, who also had his fair share of harassment on the show, not from Bob Marley, but from Jason Rothenberg. Yeah, that guy, we'll talk about him later, who was harassed by him on set, and has spoken out about that. This was pre-Me Too, by the way, when he spoke out about it, but he did speak about it. And so he fully supported her, and there has been some rumblings of drama between Ricky Whittle and Bob Morley also. I haven't seen any of that, but I wouldn't put it past it to that be true. Also, Lindsay Morgan, who works on the show, who plays Raven on the show, who just had her first directorial debut on the 100 this past week, has unfollowed Bob and Eliza. If you know the show, behind the scenes, her and Eliza are quote unquote close because their characters were best friends on the show. They worked together throughout this whole entire series, but I guess that wasn't true because she unfollowed her with a quickness when this statement came out. I'm not sure if she liked Erin's statement, but that shows that she does believe her and stand with her. Also, now you're going to Lane Morgan. Now she used to work on the show, I think as a PA or an assistant. She used to work on the show years ago, and she does confirm that at least I think it was just Bob Marley. I'm not sure she included Eliza in that, but she does confirm his attitude towards the crew and actors on the show have been toxic, and she's seen how he interacts with people when she's been around him, and it has not been good at all. And there have been numerous kind of journalists coming out and confirming that their behaviors when it comes to their professional setting has not been good. So it seems like they have a track record of just not being good people at all. And it's very sad to hear, especially from Eliza, because I was a fan of her. I kind of drifted off from the show for obvious reasons. And I haven't been really connected with the show, but I really want to break down like the harassment and the toxic behind the scenes of the 100. Now, is any show perfect behind the scenes? Hell no. Hollywood is venomous, and it's, as we've seen with the Me Too movement, it's been horrendous, and it probably will continue to be. But with this show, I just want to break down certain things. Now, Jason Rothenberg, who is the showrunner, who has been a showrunner since the first season of this show, like I said, harassed Ricky Whittle, but also has harassed the fans. Now, why do I say that? Now, I'm going to bring him back, obviously, the topic of Lexa. I know you've heard it before, but let me just break it down, okay? Now, there have been, when it comes to social media, he's always retweeted articles from the LGBTQ community about Lexa and the popularity of that particular character and the ship of Clark and Lexa. And then when it came to one of the writers on the show, people were saying that they went into queer safe spaces on the web to try to police fans into thinking that, oh, Lexa is not going to die. Y'all, she's not going to die. Trying to keep an eye out for us, seeing if we're theorizing too much. And also with Jason Rothenberg, when they were filming the season 3 finale, he invited fans to go down a set to see Alicia, who played Lexa, and Eliza, who plays Clark, who were filming the finale, and allowed fans to talk to the actors and to get autographs. Now, at this time, we didn't know anything. I remember that day clear as day. I was like, wow, this is so weird to invite fans down a set when you're filming a finale. That's, now looking back at it, that was filled with spoilers. But that was his way of manipulating fans into thinking that Lexa was going to be alive. And then come to find out a few months later, that turned out not to be true. And it created this big backlash that is still a stain on the show till this day. People still talk about how the death of Lexa was the straw that broke the camel's back when it comes to Bury Your Gays. Bury Your Gays have been going on for a long time, but that was the moment where we were like, no more. So the harassing of the fans had that. And also, I will give that Bellark fandom, people who like Bellamy and Clark together, he does harass them too when it comes to Bellamy and Clark and whatever. But I don't care about them, to be quite honest, because they use the marriage of Bob and Eliza to validate their ship, which I think is very, very weird. So I wonder how they feel now that, Bob and Eliza are found out to be just really toxic people. But beyond that, like I said, he harassed Ricky Whittle. No telling who else he harassed on that show. I have no idea. But all I know is Ricky Whittle. And so to come to the conclusion on all this, I just think it's been karma coming at the show for a long time. There have been some shifty stuff behind the scenes. And when it comes to Erin Zeck, I fully support her and her decision. When she first was revealing this, she was kind of talking about it very codedly on a Twitch stream, and those fans harassed her. And if you read her statement, she's been harassed for years by Bob's fans. And that Bellark fandom that I just mentioned a few seconds ago ad nauseum when it came to her. So I'm happy that she gets to really rewrite her narrative. And so far as I've seen, Eliza and Bob have not said anything to kind of not support themselves, but to defend themselves yet. They haven't said anything. When it comes to anybody who they've worked with or anybody, no one has come to their defense at all. So that really says a lot. So what are your thoughts on this matter? What are your opinions? Like I said, I fully support her. Again, this is alleged, but I fully support her in the coming out about this and the karma on this show coming out on his last season, on his last legs, so he can finally be done with this toxic show and just not forget about it, but just remember it for what it was and what we wanted it to be. So, bye YouTube. Have a great rest of your day.